prize from the front of house manager after the show this evening. Thanks.
Gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage, Tanglefoot.
I remember the summer when I was 10. Me and my brother were two dead men going down with a ship. Was a game we played in a wreck, a late command escape. Oh, our heads were full of pirate stuff, and a sunken boat was treasure enough to make our summer rich with dreams, fiendish plots and deadly schemes.
We were the ghosts on a sunken ship, drowned sailors on a reckless trip, flaunting our gruesome teeth and bones, haunting the deep with our shrieks and groans.
One day a stranger appeared on shore. He said, "Now lads, I'll tell you the story of how that boat she came to grief. Oh, wager it's better than you make believe." A stone-cold corpse was the cargo grim. When the boat went down, there was none could swim. The three men clung to the dead man's box, floated to shore, but the rest were lost.
We were the ghosts on a sunken ship, drowned sailors on a reckless trip, flaunting our gruesome teeth and bones, haunting the deep with our shrieks and groans.
Oh, to hear that tale so deftly told, shone in our hearts like pirate gold, and we'd repeat the words until our blood ran cold with a fresh new chill. Some days we'd act out ghastly scenes with flailing arms and drowning screams, and drop like stones to the sunken deck, and lie all still in the arms of death.
We were the ghosts on a sunken ship, drowned sailors on a reckless trip, flaunting our gruesome teeth and bones, haunting the deep with our shrieks and groans.
Now that was the summer when I was 10, and I'd love to live those days again, to be once more for childhood's sake a howling ghost on a haunted lake.
We were the ghosts on a sunken ship, drowned sailors on a reckless trip, flaunting our gruesome teeth and bones, haunting the deep with our shrieks and groans. We were the ghosts on a sunken ship, drowned sailors on a reckless trip, flaunting our gruesome teeth and bones, haunting the deep with our shrieks and groans.
Not the kind you find on a late night train, traveling hard with one intent, to settle up with gambling Jack again. Jack, he hurt me bad, he stole the only love I ever had. And to beach was a precious thing, to him just another easy way. And soon I didn't find a thing that might drive me mad. Love is a mountain, hey, 'tis a driving wheel, and a cold steel rail. Comes a time in your life in the dead of night when the mountain comes crashing down, crashing down. Well, they ran up to the town, Frank, and when it hurts so bad, it's whiskey with for the way he died dilutes the pain, and it stations on the late night train. God only knows how much I drank. The train came to a stop, was a bloody flag down, and the track was blocked. And he told of a terrible mountain slide, and not for the town of Frankie died, buried beneath a million-ton rock. Love is a mountain, hey, 'tis a driving wheel, and a cold steam rail. Comes a time in your life in the dead of night when the mountain comes crashing down, crashing down. shut his jaws when the mountain crushed you in his arms? With your dying breath, did you whisper someone else's name? A gambler's got the knack to smile in your face while he stabs you in the back. Was it fate or the hand of God, or just bad luck that I was robbed of the chance to pay the gambler back? Love is a mountain, hate is a driving wheel, and on a cold steel rail comes a time in your life in the dead of night when the mountain comes crashing down, crashing down. If you met me on the street or Sunday when the congregation meets, you'd never guess the murder that I planned. Love is a mountain, hate is a driving wheel, and on a cold steel rail comes a time in your life in the dead of night when the mountain comes crashing down, crashing down. Crashing down, crashing down, crashing down, crashing down.
Now, I know there are lots of people out there who remember the old telephone party lines. Because I'm actually a lot older than I look, and I remember them too. No, Rob and I grew up in Mum certainly, and well, Mum didn't grow up in the family farm, but she raised us on the family farm up near Clavering. And I was 8 or 9 years old. It was late 60s when we finally got rid of the old party lines, you know. And now it's funny because all the kids in town, of course, in Owen Sound, all our friends, and in Wyerton, by that point, they already had their own phone lines. So we felt like kind of a bunch of hicks with this antiquated old system. Until it was gone, and then we realized what a wonderful repository of completely inappropriate information was now vanished and gone forever, never to return. Because you remember, well, you remember how it worked, right? In case anybody doesn't, it's when there were several houses all on the same telephone line, and you answered the phone depending on how it rang, right? So it was like 2 long rings and a short, something like that, for our house. And then a different ring for McNeil's next door, and a different ring for Barfoot's down the line, you know. And the beautiful thing was, if you knew something interesting was going on, you know, across the road, and their phone rang, you're being very innocent about this. You all know, you all did it. You know, you pick up the one end of the phone, you put your baby finger on the button, you know, you lift up the receiver, you wait till it stops ringing just long enough, so you know they've answered, and then, you know, you're in! No passwords! And in all those years, it never once occurred to us that they were doing it to us too. Anyway, I mentioned it because this next song we're going to do has to do with the old party lines.
The party line and with the family farm as well. There was a time about 30 years ago in Ontario when a lot of farmers found that the land they might have been living on all their lives, or that their families might have lived on for generations, was suddenly worth more, a lot more. And it wasn't that the ground was producing more crops, and certainly nobody had discovered oil or gold or anything. It was just that real estate values were sky high. So suddenly 100 acres of land was a very valuable commodity. Well, the banks stepped in, thought, golden opportunity to do some business, and they started lending farmers money, large sums of money, based on the supposed increased equity that they had in their farms. And with the idea that they would, buy new equipment or build new buildings or buy more land or just expand, I guess.
Well, yeah,
a little bit.
that was the whole idea, wasn't it, in agriculture in those days, to get the small farm, like the kind we lived on, to expand, so it was easy to get financing, right? And that was fine, till interest rates went to, what, 22% or whatever they finally peaked at. And so, and a lot of us around here remember those days, right? Alan Wilford, Farmgate Defense, all that stuff. And, so you had people paying more in a year in interest than you could earn on the farm. And a lot of people got hurt, as we all remember. And so this is a song, another song from the new CD, a cheery little number about foreclosures.
It is serious on both counts. It is about foreclosures. But it's a snappy little ditty called When Dad and Uncle Archie Lost the Farm.
Had this place forever. The farm's been in our family since the 1850s, land grant from the crown. Now some of my uncles moved out west to farm a great big spread, but our side of the family stayed around. Big run, a horse stable, good pasture and an orchard, oak trees, elms and maples, lots of charm. It was a happy 100 acres up until that awful day when Dad and Uncle Archie lost the farm. Now Mom, she grew up Baptist, she never drank or swore, her only vice was talking on the phone.
So it says Dorothy.
Two longs and a short, that was the ring meant for our house, but she couldn't let those other rings alone. Well, who was sick and who was broke and who was mad at who? But hey, whose kid pulled the ice rink fire alarm? Small town rural gossip was Mama's stock and trade, till Dad and Uncle Archie lost the farm. You know what your farm's worth these days, the banker told my dad. You could get 100,000 free and clear. And with equity like that, young man, there's so much you could do. And all you have to do is sign right here. Mom, she didn't like it, 'cause it says right in the Bible that a borrower would only come to harm. But they never asked Mom what she thought, so she never said a word, till Dad and Uncle Archie lost the farm. We could hear their voices coming through the walls of the back kitchen. We could borrow 50,000 right away to have a real big operation, just like Gerald out in Dauphin. We're finally gonna make this old place pay.
And another 100 acres.
We'll buy a big John Deere,
Put up a second silo.
paint the barn.
A pistachio.
There was only Mom who thought it just might be a house of cards, till Dad and Uncle Archie lost the farm. Interest rates going through the roof, prices going to hell, and the banker calling every other day, just to ask how we were doing and if we thought of selling out. Elsewise, how would we ever pay? One day I found Mom in the kitchen, she was staring
staring out the window and the telephone was swinging from the wall. The neighborhood, it seems, already knew what she just learned, that Dad and Uncle Archie lost it all. That was 30 years ago and everyone's long gone, and I bored you to distraction with his yarn. Should have been home hours ago for my job at the bank. Very one that took our family farm.
One wasn't really like that. This is for the mayor. 1, 2.
Out by the drive shed behind the parked cars, I can still see the moonlight on Billy's old guitar. Me, just a young kid, listening for the groove, watching as he changed the chords and see how his fingers move. Don't let the old song slip away. Remember how we danced when the old folks used to play. Saturday night in Hardwood Lake, the fiddle and the old guitar would play. The floorboards bounce, the room go round. One more couple for the last breakdown. Don't let that music slip away. A teenage kid from the city, I spent my summers in these hills. Take up drugs and pretty girls, all the teenage thrills. But for me, the real romance is out on the old dance floor, kicking up our heels while the pedals squeal till we couldn't dance no more. Don't let the old song slip away. Remember how we danced when the old folks used to play. Saturday night at Hardwood Lake, the fiddle and the old guitar would play. The floorboards bounce, the room go round. One more couple for the last breakdown. Don't let that music slip away. So here I am, I'm a one-man band. I've been singing for 20 years. I play my guitar in the downtown bars, but nobody really hears. Sometimes I'll slip in an old song if no one's looking my way, and then I'm back once more on the old dance floor, and I can hear the fiddle play. Don't let the old song slip away. Remember how we danced when the old folks used to play. Saturday night at Hardwood Lake, the fiddle and the old guitar would play. The floorboards bounce, the room go round. One more couple for the last breakdown. Don't let that music slip away. Don't let that music slip away. Don't let that music slip away.
a tale that takes place in a very exotic place. Markdale, Ontario. Well, if you live in West Woodford, Markdale, Ontario is pretty exotic. You see, there's a beautiful river that rolls through the countryside near Markdale. And the name of the river is the mighty, rocky Saugeen River. And if you follow it down far enough, you will come across a beautiful stone bridge. Some of the stone that's built out of are enormous, brought there from as far away as 1.5 miles. And they're dry fitted into the stream with open channels so that the water can flow through. Now, it's 200 feet across and 6 feet wide and 5 feet deep.
It's sort of Grey County's version of Hadrian's Wall.
Okay, well, maybe 200 feet of bridge doesn't sound that mighty. But the person who built it was. You see, the person who built this bridge was a tiny elderly lady by the name of Margaret Fitzsimmons, or Maggie, as she was known to her family and friends. Now, it took Maggie 20 years to build this bridge, and she finished it when she was 81 years old. It had to do with Canada's most powerful elixir. Now, I'm not talking about whiskey, no. I'm talking about maple syrup. Maggie was on her way back from the sugar bush with a couple of pails of sap to boil down, and she came up to the river, and she slipped in, and she swore by God she was going to build a bridge. This is called Maggie. Ribbons of water around our wavering stone. A lifetime goes by and polishes the stone. Maggie has her hands full with buckets of sweet dreams. She's headed back to boil the sap with jumps up at the stream. The river has been running high and Maggie is no last. She's flying up a fallen log, the only way to pass. The soggy stallion rambunctious in the spring. He kicks at Maggie's gills and sap and rolls for Maggie in. Maggie shakes an angry fish, she's never been one for crying. She takes them out and build her bridge and never take her trying. Maggie's moving mountains one by one. She looks so gently down to where the river runs. And all the while her girls keep time to the river's song as Maggie marches on. She picked the perfect pieces for her puzzle in the stream. Her marks of indignation, no share in Maggie's dream. So Maggie grabs a crowbar to persuade her stubborn stones. And they grumble and they protest as they move to their new home. Meanwhile, idle gossip is passed on for the birds. Maggie knows her mocking this foolishness of hers. They chirp about her mending and the dishes in her sink. But one thing Maggie's learned is not to care what others think. Maggie's moving mountains one by one. She looks so gently down to where the river runs. And all the while her boots keep time to the river's song as Maggie marches on. So the bridge goes slowly for the church in the setting sun. And Peggy can't remember now how it all began. She has a tab to see the trees and started on her plan. Peggy's done with mountains now, she's just turned 81. She smiles because her boots keep time to the river song. Peggy's moving mountains one by one. She rocks her gently down to where the river runs. And all the while her boots keep time to the river song. Peggy marches on. Peggy's moving mountains one by one. She rocks her gently down to where the river runs. And all the while her boots keep time to the river song. As Peggy marches on.
I can't remember if we mentioned earlier, we're done for the year now. And as of tonight, last night in the newsroom in Toronto, and then here tonight, it's become a really nice tradition for us to close up each touring year at what has become, at least for several of us, our kind of hometown show. And but for four of us up here, it's a special night for another reason, and that's because Sandra's back. And as I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, are aware, Sandra's partner Dave is battling a severe case of leukemia, and consequently she has not been able to be with us for all of the fall touring that we've done. So,
Dave and I want to thank everybody that have given us so much care and support over the last while. It means so much to us. We've been down at Princess Margaret for 7 weeks now, in this stage of Dave's treatment, and he's battling. A lot of you have expressed some concern and wondering how things are going. So he's battling some infections that he's susceptible to with leukemia, and his spirits are really strong, and he's coming through that. So, but he's got a bit to go with some physio to get strong enough to try another round of chemo. So, your thoughts and prayers and well wishes are so important to us, so thank you. It takes a village to cure leukemia. We need your help in that part of Dave's treatment and recovery involves a bone marrow transplant, and we need to find him a match.
and if you go to our website, which is tanglefootmusic.com, right there on the first page, there are links that you can click on that go to, for Canada, it goes to something called One Match, which is the Canadian Unrelated Bone Marrow Registry. And this is something that we all signed up for years ago, even before we knew about Dave. And it's something that you can do and go and click on it and check into whether you might be able to join the registry and potentially save somebody somewhere. And what a wonderful thing that, what a wonderful gift it would be to anyone to be able to save somebody else's life. Anyway, so we would ask you to go and just consider that. And when you're faced with the kind of thing that Dave is faced with, and the kind of thing that Sandra is faced with, it tends to kind of make everything else pale by comparison. I mean, I'm a terrible complainer, and I'm always, I'll talk to you up in the hall, and I'll tell you all my, problems, and later on. But everything else kind of pales by comparison. And as somebody said to me the other day, every day on the right side of the ground is a pretty good day. And maybe that's the kind of thing I had in mind a few years ago when I wrote this song. It's called For the Day. And, well, I think we'll come up and do this like we did in Toronto, for Earth Hour when we shut down all the power.
If I listen, I can hear through the joy and through the tears, all the children of this earth, both blessed and cursed. So will I this perfect day, should I spare a thought to pray, ask for only what's sufficient for the day. Little sun, a little rain, a little money now and then, and the knowledge of enough to eat tomorrow. Keep the locusts from our fields, take a portion of the yield, for the folk less blessed by fortune than are we. Decent health and work my life, wine and candles with my wife, sufficient store laid in to get us to next harvest.
Little bounty from love, and a husband I can love.
A little wisdom in such portion as I earn. Time to stare into the fire and indulge in small desires, and a moment now and then that I can savor. A little time to eat and drink, time to pause and time to think, just enough to curb despair and keep me whole. If the recruiter comes around, he will find me underground. The empires of ambitious men do not concern me. Calm the hearts that angry beat, still the earth beneath my feet. Keep me from suspicion and from jealousy. Not for me the pride of place, or entitlement to grace. Why should I be spared my share of dread and sorrow? Keep our children from the grave, from the plague may we be saved. Make our suffering no more than we can bear. If I listen, I can hear through the joy and through the tears, all the children of this earth both blessed and cursed. So will I this perfect day, should I spare a thought to pray, ask for only what's sufficient for the day.
Beautiful song, and please don't forget to check out One Match. And well, something else that's become very important to this group over the years is our concern for the environment. We're extremely concerned about our carbon footprint of the greenhouse gas emissions that we create.
Songs wish you a Merry Christmas and get on out of here. And when it comes to introduction, I think I'm going to start right down there, to the far right. Not politically speaking, obviously, but Terry there, well, he played that guitar tonight, didn't he? He played that. But clearly he tried to play you good people too, did he not? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you just met Tanglefoot's resident enviro-evangelist from Mount Forest, Ontario. This is Terry Greensleeves, yeah. Next to Terry is the lovely Sandra that we've been discussing, haven't we? And when it comes to that violin she plays, well, that makes me sick. it out there gracefully without any effort at all. I mean, she makes it sing, she makes the viola soar, she makes the rest of us just want to go home and practice. Now's usually the time when I mention it, that Terry and Sandra actually have a duo formed on the side on those off days of Tanglefoot because they can't get enough of stage life. And it's called My Sweet Patootie, and they have CDs out there that it's very good and I highly recommend it. But I also wanted to say that on February 21st at 8 p.m., they will be back here in this very building. They're having a concert for Dave Ma, and a leukemia awareness, and it's going to be My Sweet Patootie, which is Sandra, Dave, and special guests. Any word on who the special guest, Terry?
Don Buchanan, Jack McFadden on bass,
And
Dave's sister, Justine Ma Farrar,
Oh,
and your husband, Dick Farrar.
what a voice and what
Have a lot of fun.
yes. And so the tickets are available in the box office, and we highly encourage you to come out and have a great, fun evening and a good time for Dave. But back to this woman here. Yeah. Well, you know, there's nothing else I can really say. She mentioned she's from West Woodford, and she's proud of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, just give it up for Sandra Hoover. Next to Sandra is a man that needs no introduction, so moving on. No, I'll talk about him. Steve has the longest tenure in this band. He joined in 1741. I tell the American audiences, there's health care, huh? Some of them believe me. But you know, Steve's the guy we really love because he's the one that administratively keeps this band running. He's the office, he's the one that keeps the books, he's the one that books wonderful gigs and beautiful buildings for wonderful people like you. He's the guy that pays the rest of us, so he's Mr. Happy at the end of the night, isn't he? He also keeps that van that Terry was talking about in fine working order and actually comes around individually and picks us up one by one to go to a gig, and personally I like that. I'm a bit of a couch potato, but enough about me. I'm talking about Steve. I'd just like to say one more thing. Maybe you've had a fine evening like we have up here tonight. Maybe you're going to go home and just have a little quiet afterglow and just rest and sit and meditate on the fine evening you had and shared with us. And maybe you're going to sit in your favorite easy chair, and maybe that easy chair is in your living room. And maybe it's beside a nice picture window. And maybe you look out that picture window. If you happen to see a big hairy guy jumping up and down, please don't phone the local authorities. My brother's just had another ID. Ladies and gentlemen from Owen Sound, Ontario, Mr. Stephen Borshead Richard. Now I want you to look at that guy over there. You know what I love about Al? Here's what I love about Al. Even though, you know, he joined this band in 1742, and despite that, every time I look over there, this long-serving musician, every time I look over there, he's got that wide-eyed grin of a rookie in his first gig. And if you're having a bad day, that kind of enthusiasm goes a long way, let me tell you. From Kitchener, Ontario, it's Mr. Al Comfort and Joy Parrish.
And your MC, lo these few past minutes. As he mentioned earlier, Rob was Tanglefoot's original piano player from 1996 to 2002, after which time he took 5 years of paternity leave. And not only was he raising kids and recording and releasing his first solo CD, but he was also writing and having published his first novel, Orphans of Winter, which is available out with his CDs and DVDs, and
which just happens to weigh considerably more. Just saying. Christmas is coming.
Please welcome back for his second tenure in the band, from Wyerton, Ontario, Mr. Rob, what child is this, Richard?
You
rules a mighty empire, reigns o'er the land and sea, bestrides the globe invincible in valorous victory. Those who would oppose him the path of evil tread, while those who bow before him surely have nothing to dread. Bold defender of the truth, unflinching in his might, his empire everlasting, ever sure and ever right.
Like my mother and like my grandfather before, we lived in New England a century or more. I plowed our fields when I was a boy, now I'm plowing the ocean for George. He says a foreign tyrant must be put to flight, and I must fight for victory, for his empire and his right. At 16 I left home to sail on the sea. American merchantmen sailors were we, till the Royal Navy ship fired a shot across our bow. Now I'm sailing the sea for King George. The press gang says that my accent comes from the Isle, and thus a subject of the crown for King George I must fight. Toil upon HMS Victory until I escaped from the Royal Navy. For George I was fighting, but there's more to go. Now the foe that I'm fighting is George. Those who seek to rule the world must one day be king and me. Six emperors, Tyrannus, all will fall eventually.
Bestrides the globe invincible in valorous victory. Those who would oppose the path of evil tread, while those who bow before him surely have nothing to dread. Bold defender of the truth, unflinching in his might, his empire everlasting, ever sure and ever right. We're saying, going to greater wine. The church is on into the greater battle. 7 aside, desperation, they pressed on for more. We wanted to show them the boys from the bruise to the store.
Now Wesley Ashley
parade of white. The charges won into the parade of battle. 7 aside in desperation, they pressed on for more. They wanted to show them the boys from the Bruce to the score.
With all due respect to you people of vision, for those with a calling, for those with a mission, the game's like revolution, the passion's so strong, where the rivers freeze early, in winter so cold and so long.
Going to the parade of white, the charges on into the parade of battle. 7 aside in desperation, they pressed on for more. They wanted to show them the boys knew the score. The defensemen were steady. The parade of white, the charges on into the parade of battle. 7 aside in desperation, they pressed on for more. The boys tasted victory, the boys from the Bruce to the score.
Unless you're from Minnesota, you've actually heard us do this song. C'est l'amour, et l'amour, c'est l'amour.
We've had a great time. Just want to finish off with a little song about Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. I went down to the shore of the Lunenburg Harbor to lend voice to the festival song. And she took me in, shared what she couldn't give, and in spirit we sang right along. She made it so easy to want her, in the pastels and blue of the dawn, like a lover and friend with each breath taken in. I felt like I truly belonged, and the Lunenburg skies were warm and alive, and a melody danced on the breeze as the notes poured down all over the town. We joined in the sweet harmony. As I lay in the bed upstairs in her spare room, with the window with its back to the sea, looking west towards home, I wondered alone if the road led me here, could it be? And she said that with winter comes anguish,
message they sent made me wish there was a picture of me. And the Lunenburg skies were warm and alive, and the melody danced on the breeze as the notes poured down all over the town. We joined in the sweet harmony. Now the wharf must be quiet as everything sleeps, for the marquis was struck months ago. All her dresses and skin replaced by the wind, to her pastels the grey and the cold. When she held me so tight in the light of the dawn, and it felt like she'd never let go. Was it me she held tight, or the spirit inside that carries me back down this road? And the Lunenburg skies are warm and alive, with a melody dance on the breeze as the notes pour down all over the town. We join in the sweet harmony. And the Lunenburg skies are warm and alive, hear the melody dance on the breeze as the notes pour down all over the town. We join in the sweet harmony as the notes pour down all over the town. We join in the sweet harmony.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.